Hello and welcome back to Shulchan HaRav. We continue in Hilchos, Betzias, HaPas, Siman Kuf, Samach Ches, and pick it up with Sif Tes. The following are types of bread that it's typical not for people to not make a meal around them. And the first one is pasa baba kissen, which we'll define momentarily, but it's like a filled loaf of bread that's filled, it's dough from a bread dough, but it's filled with something. V'lachmaniyos, these are like rolls. Uteruknin, these are, I don't know what these are. We'll see in a minute. I don't know. He's going to explain some of these. He doesn't say what that one is in English. And utrisa, and the last one is trisa, which they're translating as pancakes. I don't know what any of these things are. They're saying lachmanios are crepes, and he'll get into some of these definitions as we go forward. Trekunin, he doesn't have a translation word. Okay, so first of all, pasa baba kissen, this bread that comes in a pocket, a filled bread. Yesh before some say shehi pasa suya kimin kiss. It's made like a pocket, like it's got an inside. It's got a holy part in the middle. Shemamalin oisa kodem afiyasa, and they fill that area before they bake it with devash, with honey, or with sugar, or shkedim, or almonds, or some other kinds of nuts. They say here these are almonds or other kinds of nuts, or shar many pears, some other kinds of fruit, or tavan. We would call these pastries. Or they got spices in them or whatever. Even though the dough was made just with water, they made like a water-based dough. The nefas betaner, and it's baked in an oven. It's made like bread dough is made the same way, and it's baked in an oven. Or in a pan. It's not made with any kind of liquid. Apple fladen. These are like apple pancakes of some sort, apple pie. He says apple pie. Oi, favilde fladen. These are some other kind of fruit pies, right? That's the same way you make a pie, same way you can make a bread dough. But chlauza, including masha'is with Purim, when you make hamantashen on Purim, isur chava ukfula, that you take a wide piece of dough and you fold it over. They would fill it with like sesame or whatever things they fill it with. People put prunes in there or chalk, whatever. Even if there's a ton of filling in there, and you're really eating it, you're really eating it for the bread. I mean, maybe I'm sorry, the main part is to eat the filling, not the bread. The main kavan in this kind of bread is to eat the filling, right? The bread is just a holder, it's just a container, so you get delivery system for the sweet stuff. Nevertheless, min daganu, it is made from a wheat product. It's considered chashuv, and it cannot be secondary to the filling. Even though there's more filling than there is pastry, and therefore that's why you make a mezainis. It's not bread that you make a meal on. I mean, you're not, even if you think you're making a meal, people don't make meals around these things, and therefore you can't make HaMotzi. So you make a mezainis, and that includes the filling. You don't make a separate brach on the filling, because it's secondary to the grain product that it's made from. But this is only kishimis kavnin gam ken lachilas min hadagan she'isa that you have to have kavanah to be eating the grain product, which is the dough in which the filling is. Even though that's not your main kavanah, you have to have it in mind anyway. If you don't intend to eat the bread at all, I mean, that's not part of your kavanah. You're really just wanting the filling. Like little, these are like thin pastries. You put some sort of a concoction on there, like it's like some sort of sweet mixture. Everybody knows they're not really, you don't care about the dough. You don't want to, your fingers are getting all dirty if you picked up this mixture by itself. It's only they stick the confection stuff on this bread, on this pastry thing. He says so your hands don't get dirty, you don't get dirty from the honey. So those wafers are considered insignificant enough to be bottled to the main part, the fruity stuff. And you make a bracha on the fruit, and it exempts the doughy part. Even if you just ate the fruity part without even eating the dough, and then later when you now have just the dough part left, and you eat them. You don't make another bracha because you made a bracha on the filling or the topping or whatever it was. In our country, in our countries where we put the sweet stuff on something called duvshonim, which are like he says in Yiddish here lekach fladen. These are it's some sort of a pie type of thing, honey pie, honey cake. Shetoivim Michael, that they're good for eating. They're not flavorless. Like the thing he's describing is like some sort of flavorless wafer thingy that you put the good sweet stuff on it. Well, here we're talking about where it's actual the cake itself, the base, is also something you want to eat. In Kem Kan Motza Gam Kan Al Chisa Dushonim, your kavanah is going to be on that, whether you explicitly think that or not. It's a sweet flavored thing, just like the topping, and you're going to have kavanah to eat it. That's why you have to make a mezainis on that whole mixture, and then you exempt the topping stuff, shehu tfeilim and dagan, which is secondary to the grain product. Have a great day.